This episode contains discussions of abuse and rape. Listen to your own discretion. It is Wednesday, the 26th of February, 2025. My name is Pigeon and this is my song of the day. Today we're talking about a band called Black Country New Road, which I just discovered because I always found that name a bit odd. They're named after a road in the West Midlands of England called the Black Country New Road, and the main guy from the band found that road through hitting random article on Wikipedia. What do you know? Anyway, Black Country New Road are an English band from Cambridge. They have 2 albums so far, For the First Time and Ants From Up There. Just before the release of Ants From Up There, Isaac Wood left the band, the singer who named the band, and they're working on a new album which is coming out in April, so that'll be fun. But no, they were a band that I just kind of I kept hearing mention of, but I didn't know anything about them, and my brother was into them, and I saw they were kind of post rock and shit, and I like that kind of stuff, so I was like, I should check these guys out. And I specifically remember that I listened to their albums while playing Saints Row 4 which is such a weird thing, but I was just playing Saints Row with the music muted, and so I very specifically tie the song that we're talking about today, The Place Where He Inserted the Blade, which is from their second album, with I associate that in my head with Saints Row 4, which is a weird association, but here we are. I've been replaying Saints Row 4 recently, so I was thinking of this song again, and then I saw it in my list of songs that I wanted to cover on the show, and I was like, well, why not do it today? So here we are. So like I said, the song is called The Place Where He Inserted the Blade. It's from their second album, Ants From Up Here. I don't think I have too much else to say by way of intro. Let's just go ahead and listen to it and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. And that was The Place Where He Inserted the Blade by Black Country New Road. Now, this song, when I first listened to it and I first started reading the lyrics, really confused me because the lyrics are flowery and weird, and I didn't really know what it was about. And I can't tell you for certain right now what it is about, but I've seen some interesting theories about it, and some of them make more sense to me than others. Regardless of the meaning of the lyrics, this song is so fucking good. And there's just a very specific feeling to it that I really love. I've talked before about how I love songs that build up in volume and in speed, and this song does that. Well, not so much in speed, I guess, but I specifically just love, it's just so rich texturally. There's just so much going on. It's got fucking saxophone, it's got flute, it's got everything going on. It's so fucking good. And the vocal performance is really good. It reminded me of Silver Mount Zion. I haven't listened to too much of them, but they have a song called What We Loved Is Not Enough, and it kind of makes me think of that. It also kind of makes me think of the song To Think That I Once Loved You. I don't remember who that's by. Hold on. It's by the Drones, apparently. Okay, yes. Makes me think of that as well, vocally, I mean. And I just really love it. Apparently it was inspired by I've Made Up My Mind to Give Myself to You by Bob Dylan. I don't know that song, but I should check it out. As much as I don't like Bob Dylan's later stuff, well, I just don't really like Bob Dylan. He's a great songwriter sometimes, but covers of his songs are better than the original. And I don't think that's even a hot take. I think a lot of people will agree with me there. Anyway, we're talking about this song. So what's the song about? Like I said, there's a bunch of theories. The one that makes the most sense to me is it's about someone with a partner or ex-partner who has suffered some sort of trauma, possibly a rape or sexual assault. And, it's about kind of dealing with that and dealing with being with someone who is dealing with that. And I think it's a really compelling idea because I've been in that situation myself, of course. And some people take The Place Where He Inserted the Blade to be a metaphor for the rape is inserting the blade. I think it's more general that it's show me where he hurt you, right? And it's just referring to twisting the knife, right? One person says it's about a cooking tutorial. I'll get to that. But anyway, it starts off with, you're scared of a world where you're needed, so you never made nice with the locals, but you tied me up slow with your vine stuff. It takes a few years, but they break bones. It takes a few months, but our bones heal. We're stronger, and we tell all our school friends, and they sign our cast in the playground. Darling, the rest of my body, it's yours then. I know you're scared. Well, I'm scared too. Oh, that every time I try to make lunch for anyone else in my head, I end up dreaming of you, and you come to me. So, you're scared of a world where you're needed, so you never made nice with the locals. It sounds like he's saying, you don't see your own self-worth, so you don't like try to befriend other people because you don't see the point, right? But you tied me up slow with your vine stuff, feeling like suffocated in a relationship, feeling tied up and restricted, I will say, by the way, because of the way he sings it, I thought he said, so you never made nice with the Lord, because instead of locals, and then I thought it was with your vine stalks instead of vine stuff, but that's what it says here. Anyway, it takes a few years, but they break bones. It takes a few months, but our bones heal. So that's about healing from like these injuries, these abuses, and then he starts connecting it to breaking a bone when you're a kid. We're stronger, and we tell all our school friends, and they sign our cast in the playground. And it feels like he's kind of talking about like how kind of nothing changes from childhood. You tell all the people in the playground, and they sign your cast, and then you heal. And he's saying like, talking to friends is very similar. And then, darling, the rest of my body, it's yours then. I know you're scared. Well, I'm scared too. And that's just honesty, I guess. Oh, that every time I try to make lunch for anyone else in my head, I end up dreaming of you. So, very much makes me think of like, small things making you think of someone. And like, so perhaps he used to make lunch for someone, and then he always thinks of them when he makes lunch, right? And then, good morning, show me the place where he inserted the blade. Like I said, I think that's about someone who has been hurt in the past, and he's just, show me where they hurt you. Or praise the Lord, burn my house, I get lost, I freak out, you come home and hold me tight as if it never happened at all. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in this bit, but I think, it has this overall theme of comfort. And then, good morning, show me the place where he inserted the blade. Good morning, where is your light? Am I home? I will hold to my chest where the wind can exist. I will try not to keep you too long. So very much building up this kind of codependency. Where is your light? Like this person is his light in the darkness. And then, am I home? He feels home with her. And then, I will hold to my chest where the wind can exist. I will try not to keep you too long. I'll point out, by the way, someone annotated, I will hold to my chest where the wind can exist, their Wordle score. And I don't know why. And it has 187 upvotes. Anyway. So, yes, this is the thing I alluded to earlier. On Show Me the Place Where He Inserted the Blade, someone annotated that on Genius with, the chorus is a very dramatic way of referring to watching a cooking tutorial video and messing up. Isaac gets lost in an instruction and ends up burning something. It's another reference throughout the song to codependency, not being able to be stable without his significant other. They come home to reassure him and show Isaac where to correctly cut or insert the blade. No. Why would it be about that? Why would it be about a cooking tutorial? Anyway, so second verse. So clean your soup maker and breathe in your chicken, broccoli, and everything. The tug that's between us, that long string. Concord bound to in my evening. The good hunter's guide to a bad night. Darling, I'll spoil it myself. Thanks, you're leaving. Well, I tried just to stroke your dreams better, but darling, I see that you're not really sleeping. And then we get the same pre-chorus again of the every time I try to make lunch. So there's several references to food, so I guess I understand where the cooking tutorial thing comes in, but it's just so weird to assume that that's what that's about. But yeah, clean your soup maker and breathe in your chicken, broccoli, and everything. I don't know what to say about that. It just sounds like cleaning up. The tug that's between us, that long string, the red string of fate, right? And then Concord is a different song on this album. In fact, there's a whole theme on this album about Concords. There's a Concord on the front cover. And then Bound 2 is a Kanye song. Fucking Kanye. Bound 2 is such a weird song. I kind of love it. Like, it should go without saying, but obviously I don't approve of Kanye's actions or words. He's a very deeply sick man and needs a lot of help, and he's not taking it, and it's turned him into a fucking Nazi. Anyway, Bound 2 is this really weird song that's like about Kim Kardashian, and the music video is like really weirdly green screened him on a motorbike with her, and they're like, there's several shots of her naked. It's a really weird song and a really weird video, and it's got this sample of bound to falling in love, and honey. And it's just such a ridiculous thing that I kind of have a weird affection for it. Anyway, he references that here because that's also a song about depending on your significant other, being bound to them, right? And then, and my evening, the good hunter's guide to a bad night, darling, I'll spoil it myself. Wow, someone thinks that's a reference to Bloodborne? Good lord. Again, such a specific thing to assume it's a reference to. Anyway, thanks, you're leaving. Well, I tried just to stroke your dreams better, but darling, I see that you're not really sleeping. So again, it sounds like trying to help this person is just not working, right? And they don't want to be helped, it sounds like. And so then we get the pre-chorus, we get the chorus again, but then it turns into good morning, show me the fifth or the cadence you want me to play. Good morning, show me where to tie the other end of this chain. So the fifth, the cadence you want me to play. He's like saying, show me what to do, show me what we have to do. And he's using a music metaphor to talk about that. And then show me where to tie the other end of this chain. I mean, it makes me think of, well, the chain, but like a ball and chain, right? And so it's like he wants to be tied to this person, but it's just not working. That's kind of like a general meandering interpretation of it. I just really love this song. It's mostly about the music, but the lyrics are also very interesting. And that is pretty much going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
To think that I once loved you.